everybody, and welcome to another episode of First and Last. I am Josh, and as always, I'm with Joe.
Hey, man.
And Humming Jimmy.
Hey, Heidi ho, neighbors.
Neighborinos? Is that...
Yeah, I did a Ned Flanders.
He started just completely stealing Ned Flanders stuff, and then you wanted to get out of it. Well, I picked a show.
Ooh.
Cool.
Well, I guess
That's
first,
probably good.
how are you guys?
Real good.
Yeah?
Like us or the listeners?
No, I don't care about the listeners.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
We care so much.
But I can't ask them physically. Tweet at us and tell us how you are.
How you doing, Claire? I know you're listening.
Just call out specific listeners.
Claire, Luke.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah. Those are the three people I know will listen to this.
Hey,
Claire, Luke, Jimmy's dad, and Johnny Resnick from, what's that band? Why do I know Johnny
Simple
Resnick and not
Plan?
the name of the band?
I feel like you're...
What, Johnny?
For some reason, I feel like you're saying Trent Reznor wrong, but I don't know why.
And I dare the world to see me. What band is that?
We're going to get copyright stricken now.
It's not Matchbox 20. It's
Semisonic.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot the name of your band, Johnny. But
Riz-
thanks for listening.
Urzesnik.
Yeah. That's him.
Urzesnik.
Big fan.
Well, you know what Johnny's favorite show is, I hear?
What?
I bet it's a 90s show.
I bet you're wrong.
I'm
saying
saying that because I remember them being big.
Maybe his actual favorite show is.
Right.
But the show we're doing today that I know he's going to love is Jericho.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Like the walls of Jericho.
I specifically asked
We're
before
watching wrestling.
I specifically asked before we started recording, and I kind of even maybe said it towards you, Joe.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to, do you guys want to know what it is? And you said no.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
stand by it.
and I was like, okay. And because I don't think you have any clue what this show is.
I still don't.
Jimmy, do you have any clue what this is?
I'm like, I've never seen it. I don't even know what network it was on, but
CBS.
It was CBS. Okay, I was gonna say it makes me think of like Seventh Heaven and stuff. But maybe it was just on at a similar time. I don't know what that is.
Seventh Heaven was a WB.
Right.
CW. Whatever it was back then.
Right, that's what I was gonna guess. This network was on.
Fair
I was
enough.
imagining like a sci-fi show. Is
Yeah,
it not?
I'm picturing like a Firefly, like a Western sci-fi.
Wow, a lot of people are going to be very interested once you guys find out what kind of show this is. And here's the deal, is I've never seen this show either.
Okay.
But I know what it's about.
Okay,
okay.
okay.
So I've heard of it, and I've always thought, this seems like it could be good. And what better way to watch it than not watch it and only watch the first and last?
So, but Jimmy, you've at least heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Jimmy's heard of the show. You know who Chris Jericho is.
Yes.
So, you know.
Yeah, Walls of Jericho.
Well,
And the walls came and tumbling down.
let me give you
The Ayatollah of rock and rolla.
God damn it. Let me give you a couple stats of what I can tell you about it, and then we can try to figure out what you guys think the first episode is about, or maybe just what the hell the show's about.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho ran for 2 seasons on CBS from September 2016 to March 2008. I think the first...
You mean 6? 2006.
6. I wrote 16 though.
So it ran...
No, it was 2000.
It ran backwards through time. That's why we've never heard of it.
Because we were traveling forwards through
It was
time.
traveling backwards
We passed
through
it.
time.
We passed it.
You had to have had a time...
Weird.
You had to have had a time ship to watch it.
Time ship. Yeah, so 2006, 2008. How about that? And then it was one of those shows that I believe it got canceled, but I'm not 100% sure, because then it has seasons 3 and 4.
It's a pretty strong story, and it just went 2 seasons.
Seasons 3 and 4 are comics. You remember
Oh, okay.
like Buffy got finished, and Buffy kept going in comics, and I think
X-Files.
X-Files did comics too. Which, I mean, obviously X-Files kind of proved that they didn't give a shit about the comics and just made a different show anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, which is unfortunate because we all know that comics are canon.
Well, they should be until Disney buys it and then wipes
It's a
everything off.
New band name, I call it.
Comics
So
are
we
canon.
we reading a comic later together.
So yeah, we're gonna watch the first episode and then read
Yeah.
the last comic book for
We're
season
gonna,
4.
we're gonna start reading Cloak and Dagger because that show's coming out soon.
29 episodes, and the only other thing I want to tell you is that the main character is played by none other than Skeet Ulrich.
Oh, what?
Nice.
My boy
Is,
Skeet.
is it Skeet Ulrich or Ulrich?
I go
I
with
think-
Ulrich.
Yeah, I think Ulrich.
Okay, I'll go with that
It's
too.
a hard.
It's actually Skeech Ulrich.
Skeeter McUlrich.
Skeet is none other, for you listeners, for some reason, however you escaped not knowing who he was, full star, #1 listing on both Scream and Riverdale.
Wait, he's in Riverdale?
Hell yeah, he's in Riverdale.
Is he like a teacher or something?
Nah, he's Jughead's dad.
Oh, weird.
Don't forget The Craft.
Never forget the craft.
He was in As Good as It Gets. He like robbed, what's his name? Greg Kinnear.
Good.
Oh, that was
Um,
him?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's him. That's Skeet.
Huh.
So those are the deets, but what happens in Jericho?
Jericho's not a person; it's a town.
Okay.
In the western United States, sometime in the near future, and there's a disease going around that people are dying from, and they're trying to figure out what. Skeet Ulrich is, Tom Cannonballs, Doctor Tom Cannonballs.
MD.
Yeah, lead researcher in what's the thing where you figure out diseases? Pathology,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. He studies diseases.
Works
and,
for the CDC.
yeah, and he's brought in to figure out what's going on.
So it's like what's that movie that stars the monkey from Friends? Outbreak?
It's not the monkey
That's
from
the
Friends, is it?
Monkey from Friends?
Doesn't Ross
Dustin Hoffman?
Ross owns a monkey?
Isn't
in
that
yeah,
Friends.
yeah, I know that Ross
Isn't
owns
that,
a monkey.
Isn't that the same monkey?
You just think all monkeys look alike.
Just those two, or that one? I would
think
say. I
it's
guess
they're probably maybe the same like genus.
they're the same type. They're the same type of monkey, and coincidentally, the same monkey.
Yeah, a macaque. No, it's not a macaque.
No
What
idea
is
what
it?
the monkey
It's
from
Ross's
Friends is.
monkey from Friends. That's what it is. Jimmy, do you
That's gonna
know?
bother me.
Yeah, well,
Do I know what the show is? I do like Joe's. That's kind of derailed me from what mine was. I think Skeet is I think. Okay, so I'm thinking like biblical Jericho. This is in like the Middle East, but then I just think desert, and then I think he's an archaeologist, and then I just go Jurassic Park from there.
I just watched Jurassic Park last night.
Nice.
That
So you
has
think
noth-
it's Jurassic Park?
That is
Just to
nothing.
get ready for Jurassic,
that
the
has
new Jurassic
that is
World.
no reason why I watched. I picked Jericho tonight.
Huh.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Well, then I'm going with a hard Walker Texas Ranger feel.
Mm. I'm really surprised, just FYI, that every time we it's your turn that you have yet to pick Walker Texas Ranger. I feel like
I'm just waiting until it's a surprise. See, because you're expecting it.
is it like an International Cowboy Day or something like that, or
Don't even.
International
Just
Texas
wait.
Ranger Day?
Just wait.
Probably just national. I don't think so. You think this is just a variant of Walker Texas Ranger,
I have no idea.
and Joe thinks
I
this is a
literally-
show about a disease outbreak.
Yeah, but I think by the last episode, which is only 2 seasons, he said.
Yep, the
Yeah,
29
29.
episodes.
By the 29th episode, they're no longer dealing with a disease. It's like they're like fighting aliens by that point.
Oh shit! Like it's going like full Abrams.
Yeah, we're way beyond a disease. Like we're
Yeah.
way past that.
in
I like-
2 seasons. Wow.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Because they like find out they're getting canceled halfway through, so they just get weird.
Yeah. Like, okay, everybody's cured. Now there's aliens.
Since I essentially kind of know the premise of the show, I think I do know what would happen in the first episode, so I'm just not going to guess.
Well, yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you were 100% correct. Listeners, who was right, Jimmy or Joe? Or Joe, you decide. That's not how this works. It was already done.
The viewers get to decide. It's like a choose your own
If you
first
tw-
and last.
If you tweet at us before we release this while we're recording it right now, the show will change to the correct thing because our show's magic. That'd be cool, right?
That would be cool.
That'd be pretty dope. What if we were magic? Let's spend 10 minutes talking about that.
I did just watch all of the Harry Potters because they're all on HBO Go.
Do you want to talk about how me and Joe have never seen any of them or read
Well,
them?
Or read
that's
any of the
why
books.
I hadn't. That's why I hadn't. That's why I did it, because like my wife and I did it because I hadn't seen. I saw like the first one because I had a little sister, so
Yeah,
that was
and
just
the
on
last
at
one?
home. No, I saw the second to last one, which is weird. But what's really weird is while watching it, I realized. So Josh, you remember one summer reading the last chapter of the last book because Rachel.
Because it came out at the camp we were working at, and one of the camp director ladies went and bought it. Like, she left camp for a couple hours.
Yeah. So she
go buy
left it out and we jacked it, and I read the last chapter. I don't know how much of it you read.
I mean, I remember doing that, but
I was just
also
doing it to be an asshole.
I don't know what happens.
Well, I remember reading that someone died, and I was like, oh, like I know that someone died.
Oh,
but then I found out
Dumbledore died.
he had, but then I found out he had been dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then one of the Weasley. Anyway, spoilers. But
Yeah,
what I realized while
me and Joe
watching
might
this,
watch it one day. Come on.
what you should. They put a ton of money into them. They're super entertaining. But I realized while watching them that I had read that last chapter, and I had taken the first book from my sister because she had it, and I tried reading it, and I read only the first chapter, and I put it down because I couldn't fucking do it.
So you before
I first and lasted
the books.
By chapter?
the books by chapter of Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
I've never been so proud of you.
Yeah, me either. By happenstance.
I've actually read the first book.
What?
It was a long time
You
ago.
son of a
What?
bitch. You've
my
been living a
God.
lie.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
Huge reveal tonight.
Oh.
Huge reveal on the
Oh,
Jericho
I
episode.
feel disgusting.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't recommend it. It's whatever.
I mean, it's a kid. The first book is clearly made for like kids, you know. It's
Well, it was like
kids-
written for like,
little kids. For
but I
her
mean like,
kids.
yeah, and like it was like the later books get more mature because it's supposed to start and end with, you know, the same audience, right?
If
Yeah.
we actually talk
Her
about
kids.
this right now, people will unsubscribe for the things I have to say about the first book. So maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, but the little kids reading it won't.
The good things I have to say about Harry Potter that I think would happen is I think that the whole thing in general, like I think I actually would probably like it overall.
Yeah.
And I think that there was 8 books, and 7 books, 8 movies.
8 movies, yeah.
The 7 books probably created a really, really awesome like universe and
Yeah.
world with
Yeah.
a bunch of characters and a lot of things to do.
Great world building.
And so I think that would happen, but I didn't have enough will to keep going after I read the first book. I kind of want to always secretly read the books and never tell anybody. Like have read, like next week I'll tell everyone that I've also read the second book, and then the week after that I'll say. Actually I'm just going to be reading one book a week.
Super
For a little
quick
bit.
reads.
Yeah, I mean until you get to the really later ones, I bet I probably could actually.
Yeah.
If I stop playing video games, like that's gonna happen.
Oh man.
Well, speaking of Harry Potter, let's jump into Jericho now
Let's
since
watch
we've been
this
going off. All right.
shiznit.
Put it in my veins.
Oh, we're gonna put some drugs in Joe and watch Jericho. We'll see you guys after the first episode. And we're back for episode 1 of Jericho. Well, did we like it?
This is like too real, man. For me, it's like this is just too like this seems too like what we're
You're like
actually headed towards.
you're like taking notes. Like, what should I do? Like,
Yeah,
should I
yeah. It's like we got North Korea, we got Iran.
Should I stay indoors?
deal.
wait?
We
I should
got-
go to the gas station and take a bunch of stuff.
Don't be on a school bus full of kids. All right, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what I learned. I learned how to do a tracheotomy for when I need to do that with my juice box straws.
Yeah, you tracheotomy. Stab a kid in the neck, throw some straws in him.
Yeah. See, I thought he was just gonna try to jab the straw in the neck, and I was like, "That's gonna be bad."
Those straws barely puncture the box.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was picturing. I was like, "You gonna cut through someone's skin with that?"
No, I need the Capri Sun ones, the one that have the little edge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you need those. Game changer.
Need them. Need them. Did you notice that every single kid on that bus had a juice box? Every one of them raised their hand.
Yeah, they all raised their hands. Well, I mean, but if they went on a field trip and had,
Maybe they were provided juice boxes.
Maybe.
Smack, you know.
Whatever. Jimmy, do you have a little rundown for us?
Yeah, let me explain a little bit about what the hell we're talking about. So we got Jake Green, who is
Skeet Ulrich. Ulrich.
Jake Green returns to his hometown of Jericho, Kansas, after a 5-year absence. He recounts to his family and friends varying stories on where he had been. He leaves after a disagreement with his father, but while he is driving along the highway, a nuclear bomb explodes just across the state border in Denver. In the aftermath, Jake encounters a crashed bus and its occupants. He saves the injured bus driver and a group of young children. Prison bus also crashes allowing the convicts inside to escape and kill the sheriff of Jericho. The town's citizens grow more worried when they learn of a second nuclear explosion in Atlanta. Yeah, that's the end of it. It goes on to talk about where this show was filmed, and we don't care. California, where everything else is.
They didn't film it in Jericho, Kansas?
On location in Fillmore, California.
I would have guessed Canada.
Yeah. Everything's in Canada, right?
Yeah, well, that makes sense because it's the Rockies. Pretty distinct.
I mean, yeah. So Jake comes home. He's like, I didn't quite catch. He's trying to get like a signature from his dad and a signature from his grandpa about something.
No, he's trying to get the money from his grandpa, but his dad like has control of it. Seems like his grandpa left him money, but his dad is in charge of like dispersing it.
Okay. Well, because he said like, he said like, I need you and I need like grandpa, and then his mom was like, let's go see grandpa, and it was a grave. So that didn't work out for him. Wah, wah,
Oh.
Grandpa's dead.
I thought he knew, but maybe not.
I don't know.
We sure didn't.
And then he seems like he gets salty and then like leaves again. And then when he leaves, then the bomb goes off.
The bomb changes everything.
And everything changes.
And then he was all like saving lives instead of just being some sort of deadbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you
Whatever
think
he was?
Where do you think he's been for 5 years? Do you think he's
I have
been in the Army?
predictions.
Do you think he's been in minor league baseball? Do you think he's been in the Navy? Do you think he's been killing Sydney in California somewhere?
I have a prediction for that. Does that count?
I mean,
I was kind of thinking that they
that's right.
don't really address it in the finale, at least. It might be addressed in some middle episodes, but I bet by just
Yeah.
watching the first and last, we won't even know where he was.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
probably not. The first season is like 22 episodes, and then the last season's like 8 or 7 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's not even a full season, which is kind of a thing fun for us because we know it's a canceled show. But was it canceled? The question is, was it canceled? Like, did they know they were going to be canceled, or did they get
Does it
canceled?
just abruptly end.
Probably not, right? Like 8 episodes.
2 seasons, just in general, doesn't sound like enough for most TV shows, especially something like this. It seems very like story arc heavy.
Nuclear
Yeah.
bomb just dropped. Yeah.
But I mean, like, especially if you can get to the end of the season, you can have an arc and be like, well, if this is it, this is it. But 8 episodes in,
Well, I mean, HBO can do it. Why can't some show about Kansas and CBS do
can
it?
do what?
Have a story arc in 8 episodes?
Oh,
Yeah, but those are like full, like hour long, and this was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, these were
They
like
didn't
hour-long
do that
episodes.
on they don't do that on CBS.
Fair enough. Yeah. On CBS, they do things like The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that just hurt my
is that
heart.
what channel it's on?
I have no idea.
Oh,
To be completely
literally don't know what channel a Big
No, I
Bang
don't know.
Theory is on.
No, I don't even
I
know.
think it's probably
Whatever.
NBC.
You're gonna like reveal next week that you've actually seen season 1 of Big Bang Theory or something.
You just don't trust me anymore, do you, Joe?
I don't know what to trust.
I can't wait to read book 2 of
You poser.
Harry Potter this week.
You're a fraud.
Can I break something down for you? I have it on my bookshelf right over there.
You have
I have
the
book.
second book?
I think I have book 1, 2, and 4.
That's random.
I will plan on secretly reading it, but now I'm just telling the world instead.
Ugh.
But most of our friends won't know because it's not like they listen to this. Jerks.
Yeah, we'll know.
Apparently, we don't even look
now.
at your bookshelf. So
Who studies another person's bookshelf?
detectives,
do.
spies,
Yeah.
spies, which is what I think Skeet was. Some dishonorably discharged military. He did say he was military, different types of military things.
Okay.
Which is like made me think that maybe he was just covering.
So that's why he didn't tell people the truth, is because he couldn't.
Yeah.
Alias was a show about a spy.
My question was like, why didn't he stick to one alibi? Why not just come up with a story and stick to it?
Thing. You've been gone for 5 years. You can come up with one thing. You can come up with a whole backstory.
I can be gone for 5 minutes and lie straight to your face about what I just did pretty easily.
Yeah.
If I had 5 years.
Yeah, it's not like if you left and you came back and we're like, where'd you go? And you told Jimmy I was in the bathroom, and then you tell me I was in the kitchen. It's like, why not just say one?
Say one of those things.
Why make up 3
he told
different
his
lies?
mom he was playing minor league baseball.
Yeah.
His dad immediately says, "Well, let's go have a catch, son." And he like doesn't even know how to like.
He can't even throw.
Can't even
What? He
throw.
doesn't know what-handed he is.
What handed are you when you're at bat?
Front hand.
Front-handed. I'm goofy. You're like, that's snowboarding, Skeet. That's snowboarding.
My name's Jake.
Oh,
Speaking
yeah. Who am I?
Should name some characters quick.
Well, there was Skeet, obviously Jake Green,
Jake Green,
his dad, Mr. Green.
sheriff. Or no, he's not the sheriff. He's the mayor.
No, he's the mayor.
Mayor Green. He's who played by Gerald
Yeah,
McRaney.
This guy comes on and you're like, oh yeah, this guy's in everything, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know who this guy is.
I've never
at all.
seen that man
He's like
before
a
in my
bit
life.
character in everything, but he was in some huge shows too. He was in a huge show in the 90s called Major Dad, where it was basically like American Dad, only in real life, like real action, and he was the dad, and he was like a
Huge.
military guy.
Huge show.
The
It
thing
wasn't a huge show, but it was like several seasons long, and he was the main character in it. He was in oh man, what was this? He was in a much bigger show in like the late 80s.
a lot of airplanes flying by right now for some reason. Just FYI, listeners.
They'll not hear this. It's fine.
It's probably not. I just hear them really well, and I want to bring attention to it, so everyone has to deal with what I hear.
Let me talk about Gerald McRaney.
I am sorry.
Please. For Claire, he was in Touched by an Angel a little bit. He was like the main guy, well, one of two main guys in a 80s show called Simon and Simon, which was like 8 seasons long. He was in another show that went for a long time called Promised Land.
Okay.
He was also in Deadwood, Castle, House of Cards. He's in This Is Us right now, which I haven't seen.
I don't even think I know what that is.
You don't know what This Is Us is?
No, what is it?
You live under. If you've never
How do
left
you
this
not
apartment,
know what This Is Us even is?
that's insane
What
to
is
me.
it?
It's like the drama right now. That's been on. It's like the second season now, and it's like
Was it drama?
instant tears.
What TV shows? What TV?
Yeah,
station
it's like
is
Bottled
I
Up
don't know.
Tears. It's on NBC. I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
It's like when it came out, everyone was like, it was the show that like, oh, did you see This Is Us?
Yeah, like
around the water cooler.
Peter Petrelli's in it.
Oh, okay.
Mandy Moore.
I think Mandy
right?
Moore's in it too. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I heard about it right when it came out, and I
Uh-huh.
went, "Oh, Peter Petrelli's in it," and then that was it, and I've never heard anything of it since.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
like a high class like soap opera. You're just like, it's like you're just made to make you like cry. Yeah.
I've
never seen it, but that's my impression of it.
I definitely.
I'm sure it's great.
I'm especially bad at knowing anything that's on like regular TV, like regular
Sure.
cable and regular TV at all. I mean, if it's like a good
I feel
AMC
it was
like HBO
blasted all
show,
over Hulu though. Maybe it's because what I watch on Hulu, which we will not talk about.
maybe.
how about
But yeah,
some of
no,
This Is
I've never
Us?
heard of it. I've never heard of it technically, but I knew the new Peter Petrelli was in a new show at some point. So I think I probably I heard of it, but
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess maybe I didn't
well.
even know what it was called.
When it's done, we'll watch it.
All right. That guy though, the dad that you were just talking about,
Yeah.
he looked like a mix of Louis C.K. and the old guy from Supernatural. He was only a couple people in the whole world will know who I'm talking about. He's the old hunter dude that was like that helped Dean and Sam out.
You were saying something about a car?
Oh yeah. So Skeet drove. That was like the Supernatural car.
Huh.
They drive a black
An
like
El
old
Camino?
yeah like old El Camino thing like that.
So my question
I'm
is,
not 100% sure, but that's a Supernatural car.
so you think Skeet Ulrich is in Supernatural?
No,
Oh,
He's not.
Okay. You said, I feel like you said a lot of Supernatural things, and
There
then
was-
I was getting confused.
I saw the car and I was like, that's a Supernatural car.
Yeah.
And then I thought in my head that the dad was a mix between Louis C.K. and
Right.
a guy from Supernatural.
Right.
I can't remember his character name because he's been dead for a really long time.
Yeah.
But he's like, it's Supernatural, so he's like comes back all the time, kind of like
Yeah.
a ghost or an angel or some bullshit.
I was just confused because
And then-
Skeet's in Riverdale.
And then Skeet's in Riverdale, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another guy that
The
I
other
swear I
CW.
only saw once. He was like a sheriff guy, like one of the cops, and he was just like sitting down
Probably 'cause
and
he
he
died
looked,
immediately.
He looked like I think he's Gabriel in Supernatural. He's one of the archangels.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell if it was him or not because he was on screen for like 2 seconds in the background and it went away. And I was like, is this what he did before it? But I couldn't tell. Either way, I think this is in the same universe as Supernatural.
All
I'm just
right.
kidding.
I buy it.
That wouldn't make any sense because Supernatural's not all bombed up.
Oh.
So
Maybe
True.
just the world of Super. Maybe it was just bombs in Colorado and
Yeah.
Atlanta.
And because
and they
this
never
show
talked
was-
about it in Supernatural at all. Or,
because the show was shot backwards through time.
What?
oh yeah, because it started in 2016, and yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
What do you guys think the bombs came from?
Russia.
Russia?
It's the easy way out, right?
Yeah,
I hope.
I mean,
I hope your theory,
Cuban Missile
I hope
Crisis?
half of your show theory is correct, and it came from aliens.
Ooh,
Ooh.
it's plausible. I guess none of my predicts really have anything to do with the origin of the bombs, but I'm interested to see what you guys think. Like, yeah, it could be a foreign adversary, or it could be a terrorist group, or it could be aliens.
Yeah, it could be
Any
a whole
thoughts?
lot of stuff.
I think it's a conspiracy. I think we bombed ourselves to make it look like.
Ooh.
I really like that. Actually, I really like that.
You're welcome.
You think they're gonna do a thing like at the end of season 1, which we won't see, but they like the end of season 1 of like because I was trying to like draw like not technical parallels, but like things like Walking Dead, where the first season was like them trying to like come together, figure shit out, and then go try to find out what happened. And I kind of think like that's maybe what they're trying to do in this season. And so then they try to go and find out, and then they like almost find out what happens, but then they really don't.
That'd be cool.
I'm wondering if they ever find out.
I will say I liked this show a lot better than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
Like, this was really fun for me. This is a fun pilot.
It's intriguing for sure.
I've heard a lot of good things. I still do listen to it, but I listen to Podcast Beyond.
Okay.
Back in the day, the world's #1 PlayStation podcast.
Nice.
Hit us up. I'm just kidding. But I listened to them when Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty were on it before they like left their place, and they like loved this show like a ton.
Really?
And I was like, oh, I like these guys. Maybe I should watch the show. And then I never did.
Huh.
So then I thought about it now. But so I've heard
Here we
the
are.
only like 2 people I've ever heard talk about it like We're super into the show and really sad that it's not on the air anymore. So,
Do you think the people who initiated the attacks are like adversaries in the finale or end of this show, or do you think it's just sort of a thing that happened and they're dealing with other things?
I don't think that the like origin of the bombs is necessarily technically anything they have the capability of dealing with.
Right.
So I don't think it necessarily comes up. I think
Like even if it is
if
the
they-
Russians, they're not like fighting Russians in the end or something.
I mean,
But what if Jake goes back into the spy game and then he has to figure out?
Spy game.
what if? So what you're saying, Joe, is you think the finale of season 2 takes place in Moscow,
Nah.
It just becomes 24.
or the mothership,
Could
a
be.
la Independence Day.
No.
Okay, so a couple more characters.
No. Oh, we were talking about characters.
Yeah, we were talking about. So Jake Green's mom, who is also Leslie's mom in Parks and Rec, is played by Pamela Reed. She's great. Pamela Reed. Who else? Bunch of random characters. Lenny James, is that his name? He's from Walking Dead.
That was the guy,
What was he?
the black
He's like
gentleman
a-
that was helping them, like
He
in the
seemed
town.
Like he was like a cop or detective or something. Did anyone else get that vibe?
He seemed like he had some sort of like survival training.
Yeah,
at least.
he was trying to
Sort of
act like he was like
leadership.
a normal dude, but he clearly
Oh.
knew
And, like,
some things.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then the cop kept being like, "Are you sure you're not like a science teacher?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why are you getting science teacher out of the stuff he's
Yeah.
saying?"
Hmm.
He asked if you should turn on the lights. And like, "Are you a science teacher?" I was like, "What are you doing?"
No, he was just problem solving.
It
Man.
sounded like he was just being being clear-headed and actually
Cops are
thinking
just
things
idiots.
through.
Yeah. That guy is also in Snatch. He's Saul. He's like one of the bad guys with the. They're not really that bad.
He's one of the snatchers.
He's trying to snatch stuff, and they're in the car, and they rear end or they back up into the car. The guy's like, it was at a funny angle. It's like it was behind you.
Snatch,
You were in
snatch,
reverse.
Snippety snatch.
Yeah, that guy's English. So I'm trying to say.
Everybody on The Walking Dead is pretty much English, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Okay, then there's some gal named Emily.
Which one was that?
She was the one that we like forgot about, and they came back to the blonde one. The
Oh.
poor man's Mandy Moore.
Yeah, we called her the poor man's Mandy Moore. Candy poor. She
Mandy
like
Poor Man.
was waiting for her like husband or fiance to come back from like the war or something. Just I don't know, maybe he was in the war, but I thought he was like in the service and he was like coming home finally.
Yeah, because he was supposed to arrive at the airport.
And she was supposed to arrive at the airport in Wichita, and she was like driving to pick him up, and then at the end she was the last scene, right, where
Yeah.
she like kept running things over in the road, and she stopped and there was just tons of dead birds.
She's just running over dead bird carcasses.
Yeah.
She has no idea what happened.
She's like, "What happened?" Which is like, where were you that you didn't see the mushroom cloud?
She was just looking the other way.
She was driving the other way
just
and just
missed
thought it
it.
was the sunset or something. The sunset's on both sides of my car right now. This is crazy.
She was a random voice in The Last of Us, so that's fun.
Who's she?
Someone named Maria. I can't remember who that is,
Neither can I.
but she had a name, so that's nice.
Yeah, good for her.
Then there was Beth Grant is the actress's name. She's the lady from Donnie Darko, and also Speed and No Country for Old Men.
Speed.
But she was like a store owner, grocery store owner, possibly Dale's new.
Don't rob from me, Dale.
Yeah.
That's her memorable line in this show.
Yeah, I mean, if a nuke comes down, like everyone's running to the grocery store to get some stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
Because you're gonna bunker down for a while.
Get your
And-
essentials.
And then, I mean, really, like, last notable character, I guess, would be Dale, right?
Yeah.
And he was a kid in the town whose parents died because they were in Atlanta.
Who worked in the shop
Yeah.
at the grocery store.
So,
First predict Dale don't matter.
Oh man.
second that.
I got
I feel like a lot of
I
these
got-
characters probably don't
I
matter.
got
by
Dale
the end.
predicts.
I probably would have watched a kid die on a bus if I was Skeet, because I definitely don't know how to give someone a tracheotomy.
No, definitely not. No.
That's why, man, because he had to learn that stuff in spy school.
He said he learned it in military school, but maybe he was just lying to a kid again.
Tracheotomies in military school.
I don't know. Maybe he was a medic.
What's military school?
Francis went to it in Malcolm in the Middle.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's where Francis was.
He didn't go to that's like boot camp. Didn't he go to boot camp?
No, I mean, it didn't seem like he was booting much. But maybe he was. I don't know. Should we get into these predicals?
Yeah.
Let's get into these predicals.
Go for it.
Me? Okay. I think they're still in Jericho. I think the whole show is really just them in Jericho. Maybe they like send out sentries or scouts or whatever. But I think the name of the show is Where They Stay.
Yep.
But I think the biggest change about it is they build a big wall around Jericho.
Oh, geez.
You think in the last episode the walls are going to come tumbling down?
I think the walls of Jericho come up.
They're going to build a wall.
And they stay strong.
I mean, it's nuclear fallout, right? It's maybe not a bad idea.
I'm really like attributing this
Max.
a lot like a Walking Dead type scenario, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think one of the big things that they're dealing with in the last episode we watch is there's going to be like essentially like maybe an attacking neighboring like city state or like tribe or whatever. You know, I think they've kind of like
because it's just wild out there now, right?
Because now they're all wild. So I think they're just like like a new like faction is like we want your town. Because I think they have like somehow I think they still have like electricity. They figured out that for show purposes, you know, and whatnot. And then my third one is I think there are new babies.
Like not old babies?
Yeah, I think there's...
Like it's not children of men where just no one can have babies.
Yeah, I don't think the nuclear fallout made it so women
movie,
can no longer have kids. I think that the women are still fucking and birthing. Excuse me.
But the kids have like several arms and stuff.
Nah, just the regular amount of arms.
Yeah, Jericho's fine, right?
Yeah, Jericho's fine. The Geiger counter said they were fine.
Yeah. I got Skeet Ulrich is no longer the lead character.
Oh.
I think he's in the show, but I think he's just like one dude, and like there might even be like another character who's like clearly the lead now.
He's like a new character.
Yeah, just a completely different dude. But Skeet's not leading this show, man. There's a gun fired.
Wow.
There's a gun.
What if there's more than one gun fired? Do you not get the points?
There are guns. There's at least one gun fired.
Okay.
Boom. Another bomb goes off in this episode.
Ooh, I like
another
that.
nuke.
Another nuke. Oh, you're going nuke.
Yeah.
I would
Not
accept
just
it. I'll accept any bomb. I'll accept a pipe bomb.
Let's do it.
I like that. So wait, do you think that only 2 bombs, like for sure only 2 bombs went off in this episode? Like what's the over under on?
I want to say
I feel like something went off in California.
Yeah.
Or, you know, California, New York, probably.
There's a whole East Coast.
More than 2,
Atlanta.
less than 10.
I bet if we broke
Less
out,
than 10
I just kind of bet if we broke out the map of America right now and just
we
like
get pretty accurate.
and like said like Denver, Seattle, LA, Dallas, maybe even. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Texas thinks people care about them a lot more than people care about Texas.
Yeah.
Atlanta, New York, maybe Miami. Like
they got Atlanta.
But if you put bombs in all of those cities and like then make their circles of what they like kind of influence, I'm wondering if there's like a spot in Kansas that like, or like in the Midwest that it's like, yeah, the Midwest probably wouldn't get like irradiated kind of thing.
We'd be fine.
And that's why they did like
Are you telling
the
terrorists what to do right now? You're helping them out.
They did the minimal amount of research before they started the show.
Russians listen to
named
this podcast. We know this.
But like the thing is, if it were like a foreign adversary, like if it was like in North Korea launching like a missile, like a nuclear armed missile, like they're not aiming for Atlanta or like Denver or even like New York or DC or something. They're just lobbing a missile, and if it lands anywhere in the United States, then it's a success.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like they're most likely to aim for like Jericho, Kansas, and like as long as it hits generally in the vicinity of the United States, like it's a success.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of agree, but I mean, don't you want to kill the most people? Because
You do, but it's really hard, right? to
Yeah.
aim a missile from that far away.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Also,
I couldn't do it.
Also, we have our missile defense stuff.
They're not the U.S. So
We have our missile
unless
defense
it
stuff on
was
the coast.
U.S.
We have our missile defense stuff on the coast, so you need to
Yeah.
lob over that.
Right.
And if it's coming straight up and straight down, it's a lot harder to defend against. I've kind of looked into this stuff.
He's been did a deep dive on nukes. All right.
Yeah.
I got predicts.
I think I had one more.
Oh, yeah.
Another bomb goes off, and then my last one is that there's a clear bad guy, and he's like a religious figure. Like he finds himself as the new He's the new
got
John
a
the
cult.
Baptist. Yeah, and he runs a cult.
Ugh. That.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that.
That's
really
really good, but it's so gross. It's so gross. Okay. I have. Let me talk into my microphone. I think Jake is with Emily. There was a.
That's Candy Pour.
Yep.
Okay.
Candy Porman.
Candy pour.
There was a little hot second at the end of this episode where Jake saves the day and gets the bus of kids into town, and then him and bus driver Heather or teacher Heather or whatever, whoever she was, teacher, right? They had a little thing. It's like where they just exchanged each other's names. But I don't
They had a
think
thing in that they were both adults in the
what's your
nuclear
name?
Holocaust.
I'm Heather. It was a thing. There was a thing that they did with it.
There was a look. There was a look
There was
shared.
a look. Thank you. But I think what happens is, so she broke her leg. I think she loses her leg, and I think she's got a peg leg.
Oh man.
And so I think
You know Heather?
Jake,
What? No, I don't think I know who Heather is. Oh, the blonde-haired girl. No, I don't quite remember. Oh no, the one with the peg leg. Oh yeah, no. Why don't you start with that? I know who Heather is.
she's the brunette, by the way. Emily's the blonde hair with Jake. And then my last one is that, or no, I have two more. One that the show more is apocalyptic. I think Dale is taking over the shop now. I think Beth or whatever her character's name is dead or gone.
Okay.
And he's taken over the shop now, but it's more apocalyptic. So
I think Dale is the mayor.
he's probably
He's the mayor of Jericho.
I think Dale is the Carl of the show.
Young Carl.
Carl. I think Dale is
What?
he's the shop owner, shopkeep, but it's more apocalyptic now. So he's like a blacksmith. He's selling.
One gold coin, and you
Selling-
can have whatever you
I
want.
think he's selling pelts and wares. Because that's what the shop is now.
Just
some condensed milk.
yeah, squirrel steaks.
I just don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be as destitute. I don't think they're gonna go down as much as we think they will.
In a year and a half, we'll see. But my last one is that I think the music is still rocking. We had some
Good
music
music.
hits. Good music hits in this. We had a killer song right off the bat.
Yeah.
We had a Goo Goo Dolls, so that was fun.
The
Yeah.
goo.
Uh
John Rzeznik,
huh.
and then ended with a snow pat.
Snow Patrol.
Yeah, or as the kids call him, snow pat.
Doubt it.
Well,
You said some stuff, and you made me add a new prediction,
ooh.
and that's Jake is now the sheriff figure of the town.
I thought about that maybe.
The sheriff died, and they need a new one, and Jake is now a heroic figure.
Yeah.
He's the sheriff.
I thought about that, and then I went with he's not a lead character anymore.
Well, I'll take your point that you didn't want,
Yeah.
but the music was really good, so I do hope they stick with that.
Cool.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this canceled finale of Jericho and see
We'll see.
what we find out. We'll see you then.
I got shit to say about Turtle Tub. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we are.
Are we?
Got some
Where?
things.
And we're
Got
back.
some things to say.
Did we do?
You got actually have things to say about
shit
John
to
Turtletub?
say about Mr. Jonathan Turtle Tub.
Who he's the executive producer of the show?
Executive producer or whatever. I don't know. They
think.
blasted his name at the beginning of the credits, both shows, I feel like.
He's important.
Yeah.
But he's not like a creator of this show. He's just a producer throwing money at it. But he was a director of, let me go back to the Three Ninjas,
Nice.
92. Cool Runnings, 93. While You Were Sleeping, Phenomenon, the Disney movie, the Bruce Willis Disney movie, The Kid. Isn't that a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Also, National Treasure 1 and 2. This guy's got some shit
Wow.
under his belt, is what I'm trying to
He's
say.
got some credits.
He's got some cred. He also produced both the National Treasures.
He knows.
He threw some money around.
Whatever Turtle's tubbing, he's doing it right.
Except for Jericho. Got canceled.
Well, yeah. Got canceled twice. I looked
Yeah.
it up.
I feel like it got canceled in like the weird way. Like Jericho's is kind of a similar to Firefly in the way of like it had a huge, like kind of when it was like done, they kind of think they found out that like it had a huge following really.
Yeah, big cult following.
But it like didn't work because Nielsen is a son of a bitch and those don't count as ratings, you know?
A show so nice they canceled it twice.
Jericho.
Yeah, but what they did with Firefly was to just make a movie to kind of like expand the universe but wrap things up sort of. And I think they should have done that with this. Because like, instead they just made a 7-episode second season and then
it got canceled.
and then it got canceled again.
Yeah.
But then they made 2 comic books.
Yeah.
And then it got canceled again.
I guess the
2 like 6 comic book series.
But
each.
but I guess I did read it earlier that some of the people that wrote for the show wrote for the comic.
That's cool.
So it was like some of the same people.
I'm sure they're great. But
I'm
there's
sure-
6.
I'm
the
sure they're great
Season
people.
3 comic book is 6 comics, and season 4 is 5 comics.
You know, they had a story to tell, albeit a short one.
Yeah.
They still had a story to tell.
Fine.
It's probably the revolution.
Not
the new
interested.
revolution. Do we have a wrap up for that
Oh,
episode?
shit, I
Jimmy, what are you
did.
doing?
Oh, God. I got all wrapped up in the turtle tub, man.
You got into
I have no idea how to actually pronounce his name.
you got into
It
the
looks
John
like
Turtle Tub
looks like
conspiracy.
Turtle Tob, maybe?
Yeah, but Turtle
Turtle
Tub.
Tub sounds better,
Turtle
yeah.
Tub's a fun name to say.
It's more fun.
It's probably called. His name is probably like Turtle Schwab.
You didn't even say words.
Okay, hold on to your butts for this. What at the end of the like seasons, the scripts get so long.
Read it all.
Okay, episode technically number 29, Patriots and Tyrants. Jake and Hawkins meet with one of Hawkins' teammates, Chung, in Cheyenne. That was that guy.
Who?
He was in some stuff. I forgot to write it down.
Oh, keep going. You read
They
here one
plan
sentence.
to seize the bomb, which is being covertly transported in an ambulance by the ASA, which is the now Allied States of America, not United States of America. So
Are there Axis
the
States
bomb
of America?
is a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
I probably. However, John Smith is present at the scene. He kills Chung and wounds Hawkins before escaping. Hawkins has Jake drive the truck to the Texan embassy, where they receive political asylum.
Oh, Chung. Chung is the bad guy from Tokyo Drift. Then is that who that is?
He's a guy in Tokyo Drift. I'm not sure who he is.
I'm pretty sure he's the bad guy from Tokyo Drift.
Okay. DK or something?
Yeah, DK.
Yeah. Okay.
One of the best Fast and Furiouses. Come at me.
One of the best.
I think it's one of the best Fast and Furiouses. I love Tokyo Drift.
All right.
Tweet at F&L Podcast if you agree with me.
Meanwhile, Beck receives orders to move ahead with his crackdown. Heather berates Beck for this, and he arrests her. Eric agrees to meet with Constantino for his resistance movement, but later finds Constantino's tactics repugnant and repudiates him. After looking through the evidence on Hawkins' laptop, Beck refuses to take... Yeah.
Constantino is Kane from Supernatural. Yet
Yeah.
another Supernatural character in the show.
So
No one else cares with me, but
so
I care.
I've never seen that show.
Such a good show.
Is it over yet? Should
Nope.
we watch it?
It's
Oh
not
my
over yet.
Dear God, when will it end?
Hopefully never, in my opinion.
Okay, so Major Beck. Where was I? After looking through the evidence on Hawkins' laptop, Beck refuses to take orders from the ASA leadership and travels to the Richmond farm where Bonnie is being buried and grants amnesty to Jericho.
Bury the boy.
The Texan, was it a boy?
It was,
I thought you said it was the deaf girl.
I think
from
it
the
was.
first
I think it was
episode.
his sister, the deaf girl.
Okay. The Texan ambassador helps Hawkins and Jake to escape and provides them with a plane which carries the bomb, the nuclear bomb, that apparently did not go off in the first attack. During the flight, they're harried by F-15 Eagles from the ASA, but 2 Texan F-16 Fighting Falcons shoot them down. They land in Texas, where the bomb is tested. Gray Anderson, who had returned at Jake and Hawkins' behest, raises Johnston Green's "Don't Tread on Me" Gadsden flag. And that's so Gray Anderson was the guy in the first episode.
Yeah, he was like the number 2 of the mayor, or sort of, or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, running against the mayor.
Yeah, he was talking about elections in the first episode, but he was definitely an important political figure in the town of Jericho in the first episode.
Which we didn't see him, did we? So
Who?
Jake's dad, the mayor.
Oh, Jake's
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
He's dead.
Nah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Louis C.K. / Bobby Singer from Supernatural was not alive.
Gerald McRaney has had a great career. Leave him alone.
Yeah, we still me and Joe have no idea who that guy was.
I'm gonna put all of his canceled shows on my list. Every 3 weeks, we're gonna be watching a Gerald McRaney show, starting from number 1.
Hey, that guy in the background is that guy that I told you about from Jericho.
He was a main character in many shows.
All right, well,
Okay.
prove it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will.
Prove it when it's your week.
So basically, what we get from this rundown is that Jake and Hawkins are now some sort of like Suicide Squad team up, saving the United States.
Except this episode of Jericho was better than the movie Suicide Squad, because that movie was terrible.
That's supposed to have a sequel.
I
You know
hope.
that? It's still like technically hasn't been canceled yet of all the other movies.
I mean, it still could be good, if they just like cared at all.
It won't be though.
But it won't be. So should I go over my huge Jake theory right now?
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Because I got a big Jake theory. We were talking earlier, but we didn't know where Jake came from, what he was doing for 5 years.
Yeah.
And we don't know, like,
Something shady.
we didn't really think. So this is my whole theory of essentially Jake and Jericho as a whole, in a way. So, in the 5 years, Jake was
He was
gone.
in Jericho the whole time.
He mentioned, he was in the basement it's coming from inside the house. He mentioned in this episode that he was in Afghanistan at some point.
Lies.
In the first episode, he tracked that little girl and talked about military training. So I think, and then he said something about the J&R company. So
in that first episode he did?
no, in this episode he did.
Oh yeah.
So the mix of what he said and did in this episode, the first episode, I think Jake worked for the J&R company, as some sort of in some sort of private military scenario, and was working with them, and also went to Afghanistan with them. He then decided to get out of it and return home because he found out J&R was doing weird shit that wasn't okay. And then actually that the J&R company is the one responsible for all of the bombs that went off in America, creating this new country called Cheyenne, that whole the Republic of Cheyenne, which is the evil people essentially. So the company is behind that, and therefore then he is now working with whoever Lenny technically is, because Lenny's up to stuff. He was doing stuff. He was like secret agent people.
Who's Lenny?
The black guy from The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Hawkins. In the show.
Yeah.
Hawkins.
Yep, Hawkins.
So they both have like weird ties into JNR. So that's why they're trying to work against and like expose them so that then Texas and the ALA will like start a revolution against Cheyenne.
You were totally right, Josh. All of that was correct. So
everything I said was correct.
We like end off with that one general kind of like figuring out what's going on with the Cheyenne and
Beck.
Yeah,
Major
Beck. And with Cheyenne and JNR being behind this, and the other two characters flying away with a nuclear bomb. Like, where do you think they were supposed to go with this if it didn't get canceled?
I think they're gonna drop it right on the JR building.
Just like next episode they were gonna drop the bomb and they got canceled. Like, oh man, but we were doing the bomb the next episode.
It's weird. It's weird because I could have seen this episode almost as, I mean, it almost kind of worked as a season finale, or more maybe appropriately a mid-season finale.
Yeah.
You know, like for a break, because it seemed like it was coming to a point where they like, we brought a bomb, and the bomb seemed more like less of a bomb and more of like the evidence that the other people, that Cheyenne is corrupt and bad.
Like they're not gonna go try to use it. Clearly,
it sounded more to me more like it was like, oh, examine this bomb.
Testing it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It sounded more to me like it was like, examine this bomb, and you're gonna find out that like JNR made this bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a turn because like, yeah, that general like has turned on his former like allegiances, and then the two guys have like they've flown out of Jericho or Cheyenne. Like, there's clearly a transition happening here.
Yeah, so I would say if I had a bet on like where the next half of this season would have gone, kind of thing, is that would have been like essentially the revolution. Like, it would have been the war, like an official war with like Texas, I guess, because Texas is the big state, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they team up with Texas, and then the rest of the army, Beck's army people that, like, split away, and then they fight Cheyenne.
So there's a war, maybe some spy stuff going on with the, our, like, three side guys.
Yeah.
I knew there were spies.
So it would have been the start of a war, a civil war.
Uh-huh.
Is that what, yeah. I mean, are they considered all the same country? But I think they are all considered different countries in a way now.
I guess.
Whatever they are, some sort of war within the America.
They're allied states, so I think several maybe states are kind of starting to join together.
I think it would have been like that war, like Cheyenne versus like Texas and whoever like joins them.
Because DC was on that list, so I think pretty much the government's over.
Also, Minneapolis got nuked.
Yeah,
that was on the.
You know, I'd like to think, you know, we're cool enough to get nuked.
Was there like 13 cities?
23.
23?
Whoa.
Top 23.
Yeah. We were in top 23. Fuck yeah. Eat it,
man.
Eat it somewhere in Kentucky. I just assume that no one in Kentucky got bombed. I don't know.
I just had a
Louisville.
quick...
Louisville.
Two things. One was that Major Beck guy. His name is Acai Morales.
It's pronounced acai. It's a superfood berry.
He's a berry, and he was in a lot. He's like always like a detective or cop or something, or military guy. He was in NYPD Blue and Criminal Minds and Blue Bloods. And then Heather in this episode,
Peg leg.
Which totally inconclusive. Have a point. She's been in stuff. I actually recognized her in this episode. Her name's Sprague, I think, Graydon, and she was in.
I don't understand the words you just said about that, Lindsay.
Sprague.
Did you call her Sprague Graydon?
I think her name is Sprague Graydon. Sprague
That sounds like
is
that
her,
sounds like a
her
Warcraft
first name.
character.
Yeah, she might be, like an orc.
I rolled a dark elf necromancer named Sprague Graydon.
Anyway, she was in Paranormal Activity 2 and 3.
Oh,
Seen 'em.
She's
the mom,
Christy.
right? She's the mom.
Yeah, well,
Oh, the wife, like they're married,
and then the
other
older
one they have a
version
kid,
of
right?
herself. Yeah, she's in 24.
Never seen it.
Like a lot. She's in Sons of Anarchy, 6 Feet Under. She was in some show named John Doe in the early 2000s. And I've never heard of that, but I saw there was a lot of people in it that I recognized. But I scrolled through and like the quote of the show was like,
Oh my God. Like you not only read like IMDb about this show, you read IMDb about another show that some person was in.
I just scrolled through it. I scrolled through it because I was like, what is this John Doe show? And the quote from it was someone saying, "May all your ups and downs be in bed," or something like that.
Are you listening to this, Claire?
So
this
I'm
is how
into
you
it.
fill in for Jimmy.
Oh
This
my
is what you
God.
got to do,
So I'm
Claire.
in.
You gotta
Into
go
it.
some deep IMDbing.
Some deep dives.
We're gonna be watching this show soon, guys. So just remember, John Doe is the guy from Jailbreak. Is that what's that? Prison Break.
Okay.
is the show that people were really into.
Prison Break. The two dudes that were in Prison Break weren't that the dudes from
They're in the Flareoverse.
Flareoverse.
Yeah, they're still.
One
in
shoots
those
an ice
shows.
gun and one shoots a fire gun.
Yeah, Captain Cold and whatever fire guy
Heat
is.
wave.
Is that?
No, I
Is
don't
that
know.
real?
I don't know. I think
Okay.
maybe it might be true.
I like it.
It
I
might
don't hate
be
it.
correct.
Anyway, I think this show it looks like with all the explosions and like guns and car chasing and planes, I think this show just cost too much. I think they had to shut her down.
Yeah, probably for like CBS. It just
Like it looks
it
pretty
needs
good.
to be. Maybe the show like needed to be on AMC.
Yeah, sure.
It could have been a really good AMC show.
I was thinking that too. That like I wonder if this show was just rebooted, like today with a premium cable budget, like might be pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like if this was a HBO show,
I'd
Like-
watch it.
could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like post-apocalyptic, but like near post-apocalyptic, like not.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like
Like
maybe
a couple years from now, post-apocalyptic, when Trump destroys the country,
Yeah, it's not like deep into it,
but
like
it's destroyed by corporate.
all the
and
technology's
not-
gone and like we're like fighting for water. It's like, nope, it's just they're like the government's broken up, but we still have the stuff that we have.
my only question about like essentially they had literally everything they had.
Yeah.
Like we have now. Fucking they had
At
fighter
least
jets
by,
and
at least by
planes
now.
and Humvees and guns and
Season
electricity.
2.
But did they have internet? They had
Probably
they
not
had,
for
they
a
had
while,
phone
right?
networks. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so.
But he had a
I
flip
guess-
phone. But he was using a flip phone.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But it
True.
also was 2008.
The thing about it, yeah, it was 2006, 2008. So, but then, like, they could probably get some things running, but then there comes a point where it's like, okay, we got power, like we don't have internet yet, but maybe we should just like stock up on guns right now. Like there might be more important things going on.
Like if they had the internet in the show, it's probably like AOL internet, not like like fiber
They're just
internet.
getting dial-up back
they're just getting-
up and running.
Everyone AIM is number one again in this
Just gotta
world.
get your emails.
Just got to put up an away message.
Back to
and you're
Joe's
good.
AIM only in dreams 6969
Oh man,
whatever it was.
mine had a lot of X's in it. That's all I know.
Yeah, dude. If you wanted to be cool, you put X's in it.
But yeah, like I could totally see it being like a quality premium show, and like there being the whole conspiracy about the company and figuring out the mystery of like who did this and why. Like that could all be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. It
Let's bring it
reminded me. It reminded me a lot, especially this last episode. It reminded me a lot of that. I want to call it a Fox show, but I don't even know if it was on Fox, but it was called Revolution.
Uh-huh.
And it was a show that it was essentially just one day all the electricity in the world shut off.
Yeah.
So, I
Someone
mean,
just chipped over a cable and it was just all
yeah,
gone.
they unplugged the box.
Yeah.
But all electricity was shut off. But in that show, it kind of ended up being like there was two like big America factions. Like America like died, and then like new things came up.
Yeah. It was like the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah, and so you know this show's like the Philadelphia Eagles, and then Revolution was kind of like the San Francisco 49ers, and it was like, oh my god, it's like the same show but you're two different football teams.
Weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I watched all of Revolution. It was fine. It was fine.
I just
my rating on that is it was fine.
I just realized that I was talking about like how cool it would be to like see this as an HBO show, but like I should just, if I'm really interested, I could just watch the show.
At least
I could just watch Jericho. It's only 29 episodes.
I like the idea. I like the idea that you just like are like, oh, you know, I'll just wait till like HBO picks it up.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll
but
just
there
wait
are
for the
You could-
reboot.
yeah.
you got 30 episodes of this to
You
watch.
watch this. It's already available.
You've already
People seem to like it. Skeet Ulrich is in it.
you've already started it.
Yeah.
And I would honestly say I don't really think anything that we've even seen of the show really ruined any of it at all.
No.
I mean,
No.
I guess you know that most of the people that you kind of met aren't dead,
Yeah.
but like it doesn't seem like the kind of apocalypse where people like would die a lot. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
No.
Skeet's dad died, right?
Yeah, but he was
Yeah,
already old.
But he had
you
a
know?
whole full season to die. I feel like the first
He had
season's
22
going to be
episodes
real
to die.
slow because they had a whole like the arc is going to be much slower, maybe more richer storytelling in a like season 2. Then I feel like we got 7 episodes. We're going to blow shit
I
up.
bet season 2.
you know?
I bet season.
I bet that even happens by the end of season 1 because the ratings already like sinking.
Already
There's like,
dipping.
well, we got to turn this up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely bet all 7 episodes of season 2 were really similar to this last one. They were all just like, we got to do this right now.
Uh-huh.
Someone might get shot.
A little high in intensity.
Yeah, one person gets shot in every episode in season 2 for sure.
Just got to guess who.
Just got to guess who.
It's like their promise. They just like, someone will get shot.
That was someone
Watch the
will
new
shit
Tonight on Jericho, someone else gets shot.
But who?
Vote now on abc.com to see who
Will
gets shot.
Hawkins slip in some British accent? Because I swear to God he did it.
He's just trying some accents out.
Whatever. Hey, let's dive into.
That's how he speaks.
Hey, mate. Hey there,
He's from-
boy.
He's like raised in London or something.
That was on my top 10.
All right, let's
Damn
get these predictions out of the way so we can stop recording.
I had that Skeet is no longer the lead character.
Wrong.
Wrong.
You're wrong.
Negative.
He was just as much a lead character as he was in the first episode.
It might be like Hawkins might have gone up a lot more, but
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Skeet did not go down. No.
He's a weird looking guy. I just didn't think he could lead a TV show. There was a gun fired, and there was lots of guns fired.
I'll give you that.
Point for that. Another bomb goes off.
No.
Nah. They had another bomb,
They
but
threatened that bomb going off.
yeah.
Would you call a missile a bomb?
No.
Okay. What if someone got sucked into the engine of a plane and it exploded? Would you say that person exploded?
Was it a nuclear explosion?
No. The plane wasn't nuclear, nor was it human.
Then nah.
Oh, well. I'm still trying to get that point from Lost back in season 1.
My last one was that there's a clear bad guy who's like maybe a religious leader.
I don't think I saw that at all.
Still no clear
No,
bad
there
guy.
was
It
definitely
really
not.
wasn't. It was
Yeah.
like a clear
I mean, a
like
bad corporate.
there was like a bad
corporation.
empire, but there wasn't a clear like leader of
Yeah,
that.
I thought
at
there was
least
gonna
for
be
us.
a
Gotta
for
read
sure
the comic
leader.
books to find that cult bad guy.
The cult of Pedro.
Yeah,
Why's Pedro bad? Who's Pedro?
I don't know. I saw it on a shirt once.
it's on my shirt. Pubs for Pedro.
Ah,
That's the shirt.
it's on
I'm
Jimmy's
wearing.
shirt. I just haven't looked at
It's a
Jimmy
charity.
yet tonight.
So 1 point.
1 point.
Well, so mine is they are in Jericho still, but they built a wall around it.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. There's an attacking city-state of some sort.
There's warring city-states, right?
There was definitely like at least those other people in that like pickup truck
Yeah.
that were mad.
Yeah.
So there was at least some sort of faction of people
They were
mad.
from somewhere else.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if they were
That was
the
just like
the
a
crazy Cheyenne like military that was bad but corrupt, or if they were Texans.
There's
and-
definitely tensions between the new states.
I just feel like
Yeah.
that was maybe like such a small part of what the big part of this was happening, but I feel like that was a bigger part earlier, you know,
Yeah.
because they met with that guy to like talk stuff.
I would give at least a half a point.
I'll take it.
Alright.
New babies.
Nah.
There was no new babies.
There's no time.
Yeah.
And then my other one was Jake is the sheriff figure.
Nah.
I don't think he was like the Jason Bourne figure.
Yeah,
but
he
I
was
don't-
definitely not anything like official.
He definitely wasn't like in town protecting it or anything.
He's
So
rogue. He's gone rogue.
I'll
Yeah.
take my half a point.
Nice.
God damn it.
Let's see. Jake is with Emily. He was nowhere near Emily the whole time, so inconclusive.
They were. not even in the same state. The
Not in the same
whole
scene
episode.
ever. In fact, this whole episode seemed to take place in an hour. Was this just 24? Because like halfway
all at
through
the
the
same
episode,
time.
the dude was like, "You guys have 30 minutes to bury this kid," and then at the end of the episode, they were just finishing burying this kid. They kept going back to the same scene. Okay, anyway. Inconclusive. Heather has a peg leg. She's wearing jeans. Inconclusive.
No, she did not affect like.
Show more apocalyptic. Dale is a shop owner.
No,
Might have
Slash
even been less
blacksmith.
it
apocalyptic.
actually was less. They
I feel like
flew.
their technology
It
got
was
better.
less, wasn't it?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
flew fighter jets.
I thought the music would still be awesome.
It wasn't.
Didn't hear
I
a
don't think it heard any
single.
good, yeah.
No,
Hit.
It wasn't.
they didn't
It
have the money
stopped
for it.
spending money on that. Yeah.
It literally was like not as good, or even existent.
Mm-hmm.
So you had 0 points.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got 0 points.
Talked about spies. I feel like no. All right.
Oh, 0. Well, Joe wins today with 1.
A point.
I got
Man,
0.5.
who would have guessed that this would have been so unpredictable for only 29 episodes?
And for not being like an Aaron Sorkin or what is this? What's his name?
Turtle Tub.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. Is
Turtle
who I was
Tub.
looking for.
John Turtle Tub. You crafty bitch.
Turtle Tub. He got us.
Well, if you are John Turtletub, Joe, and you wanted to talk to us about how you didn't fuck this show up, how would you get in contact
and how
with
to
us?
actually pronounce your own name.
Yeah.
Tweet at us at FNL Podcast or Gmail us at fnlpodcast@gmail.com or regular email us at fnlpodcast@aol.com.
No, that's not a thing. No, we don't have that. We need regular email. Gmail is regular email.
At this point.
We also have a Facebook and a YouTube page. First and last YouTube stuff.
Yeah, poke us.
F&L. Yeah, poke us on the
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, on the
Is it-
iTunes, on the Stitcher.
Yep. Working on Spotify. Working on it. Promise.
Oh, yeah.
I am working on it.
I've recently learned, and maybe we've talked about this before, but I don't remember. But if you search first ampersand last, you find it a lot more easier.
Yep.
Like on Stitcher and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Search for
Yeah.
channels first and last. But if you know one of the previous episodes we've done, if you like search, like Dawson's Creek
Oh,
podcast first and last, like you'll find us right away.
Yeah. Throw in that ampersand.
We're getting better.
Yeah.
Our social footprint is growing. Like
It's
the
a big
city,
boy.
like the city-state of Jericho.
It's like a 9.5 right now.
It's Cheyenne.
Out of 10?
I mean, like shoe sizes.
Oh, what?
UK or
Footprint.
Girl sizes or men's sizes?
Women's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Even better.
I'd
All right.
watch this show. New Frasier. Calling it. You can't even call it that. It's only a season and a half.
I'm intrigued.
I'm more interested. Yeah, I'm almost more interested in it because it's like so short. So it's like, yeah, why the hell wouldn't I just watch this?
Yeah. It's already an intriguing premise.
We've watched 2 episodes out of 29. We only have 27 to go.
Yeah.
It's if I ever get internet again, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You should try internet again. It's nice.
I try to get internet.
Things have changed, man.
Listeners,
It's wild out there.
plus or for or pros and cons internet, go
They're-
tweet
the,
at us.
the only reason anyone's listening to this is because the internet exists, and I don't even have it anymore. I moved,
Yeah.
and now I don't have internet. I'll get it one day. But no, I watch this. I can see myself watching this.
Yeah. I mean, definitely not. I mean, it got canceled, so definitely not a satisfying finale, but definitely an intriguing
Yeah.
pilot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even the finale seemed like it was going places, and at least seemed like a mid-season finale in a way. You know,
Mhm.
it definitely didn't seem like the show was over, but it concluded, at least in a way where like, oh, I can see where they're gonna go now,
Mm-hmm.
and not like, wait, what's gonna happen to Lucy? You know, that kind of shit.
Oh, I forgot about Lucy.
Yeah, man, crazy
Oof.
character, Lucy. She had 2 peg legs.
You just make that up?
Yeah.
All right. I
Yep.
thought maybe that was like Drake Girl or something.
Oh, she still exists.
Trach Kids back in season 2.
Still got them straws poking out her throat.
Same straws are real grody. All right, we need to get out of here. Thank you everybody for listening. Once again, if you want to hit us up for any show suggestions or whatnot, do the things that Joe said a couple minutes ago. But besides that, we will see you next week on another episode of First and Last. Have a good night and goodbye.